How's it going, everybody? It's Dustin here, and today we're going to get the black diamond log splitter that we dug out of the weeds right over there in one of the last videos. So it's been sitting since probably March. I don't know, you can look at the videos. The last time I split wood on video was the last time I ran it. So if you remember, in the last time we looked at it, we found that the air cleaner is broke. So I couldn't find one locally. I did have a tube of plastic weld, or epoxy, plastic epoxy, so we're gonna do that on the air cleaner. I got some oil, an air filter, but first I want to pull the spark plug out, and just to make sure we ain't got no water down in the cylinder. So there's a pretty decent chance at some point we did, but very well could have evaporated by now. But before I go to pulling on it, we want to make sure there ain't no water left in there. Okay, we're going to pop that spark plug out. Just far enough where my fingertips don't want to reach it. That socket keeps hanging up. There it goes. Okay. Well, spark plug looks clean. That's good. Let's see if anything comes out. Okay, good deal. Like I said, I didn't want to take the chance and just start yanking on it and hydrolock the motor. We'll get that, we'll get this tightened back up. Okay, while we're messing with the oil, we're gonna go ahead and take care of this and let it start drying, curing. So we'll have to mix this together real good. And it's supposed to have a 5-minute set time, so not a lot of time to fool around with it. Okay, it's not going to be the prettiest, but all we care about is keeping water and dirt and dust out of the engine. So I'll try and find a replacement, but this will work for now. Okay, so hopefully in about 5 minutes I can let go of it and it'll stay together. Well, while we're waiting on this to dry, so like I said in the last video, I think the only way this could have gotten broke is a piece of wood rolled off the table there and landed right there on top of the air cleaner. It'd be better if that engine was farther forward, but be a little more out of the way. So I got that splitter in November. I got it new, and it's been really good to me. I bought a 4-way wedge and like a total goon. I forgot about it when I moved all this stuff out of the way and was brush hogging, and I brush hogged right over the top of that 4-way wedge and mangled it up. So 4-way wedge is out of commission, but that's all right. We'll get us another one of these days. It's by far not the end-all be-all of wood splitting, so that 4-way wedge isn't a huge loss, but for the right size wood, like stuff like that right there, perfect. Throw it on there, split it once, and you move on. But there's so many different options, and you see so many videos on YouTube about wood splitters. It's really hard to make sense of it all. Some of that stuff is so cool. I mean, and they are beyond amazing. But they're so high that I have no idea how, even if you're splitting, I really don't know what the number would be to justify spending $10,000–$12,000 on a wood splitter. And that's a really basic one, actually. But you'd have to split a lot. I mean, this one was, I don't even know if it was $1,000. And they talk about how fast the other ones are, and they are, but I don't know, I just have a hard time with it. But I've never ran one either, so I'm sure if you've ran some of the really high dollar ones like Wolf Ridge or Easton Made, it might really change your opinion. I think if I was to look at one, I like the vertical where you can stand up. That's what I hate about splitting wood, is having that slight arch on my back. I hate that. So if I could stand up at a vertical table, I think that would be the ticket for me. But all that stuff is completely individualized. It's all what somebody really prefers. But man, you'd have to really split some wood to justify one. I think most of the time we just want one, and there's nothing wrong with that. If you enjoy cutting wood, splitting wood, and you want a really nice log splitter, who cares? Get you one. It's no different than buying a sports car or whatever, anything. It's a set of golf clubs. There's no difference. It's just like a sawmill. You see a lot of people catching flack for having a sawmill on YouTube. It's like, if that person enjoys milling lumber, who cares? No, you can't justify it. There's no way. Very few of those people can actually justify having one. But if it's what you enjoy, that's all the justification you really need. And I do enjoy splitting wood, but I also enjoy a lot of other things too, so. Well, hopefully this is getting close. Kind of making a little bit of a mess of it over here, but we're going to keep holding some pressure on it. But to be honest, there's really not a whole lot of justification in even splitting your own wood to burn. I mean, you can buy wood so cheap. Around here you can buy wood all day long for $65–$75 a face cord, a rick, whatever you want to call it. And you figure what a good chainsaw cost, a wood splitter, you really can't hardly justify doing it for yourself. Unless you enjoy it and you want to know where it come from, how it's been seasoned. If you want to make use of what's on your land, you can justify it in a million ways besides financially. So when I bought this splitter, I told myself I wasn't even going to let it sit outside. I was going to split with it and then put it under the lean-to by the shop over there. And I don't think I've put it under the lean-to one single time. So kind of disappointed. Once I get it back going though, I'm going to clear a spot out. We're going to clear a spot out right over there under the lean-to. And we'll pull it out when we need to split, put it back when we're done with it. I want to make this thing last. Actually, I've been watching some videos on is I would like to build a log lift for it. I think that would really be the game changer. I thought the 4-way wedge would be kind of a game changer, but not really. Like I said, the wood's got to be perfectly sized. And to me, when I watch some of those videos with like the 6-way wedges and all that stuff, it looks like there's so much wood that's being wasted. And I know when you're running full production, sometimes you just got to deal with a little bit of loss. But somebody like me who's cutting down each tree and cutting each piece of wood up, I don't want to waste any of it. So my old home splitter here is going to work just fine until we can upgrade to something like, I think, a vertical splitter, but that's what I talked about it a minute ago. But I think for now, if I can build a log lift and get another hydraulic lever and tee off on top of the splitter there by that lever to run a log lift, I think that would really be nice. I could be wrong, but that's what I think. What do you tell me? Drop a comment and let me know, do you think it would be worth the effort to try and build a log lift for the Black Diamond? I'm gonna say that, or not one. Buying a new splitter is out of the question. So what about making this one more efficient and less back breaking? A table would be nice, but I don't have a way to lift the logs up right now onto a table, like a cut table or something. So I'll be cutting them on the ground and carrying them to the splitter. So I think a log lift would really be handy. But like I said, y'all drop me a comment, let me know what you think about that. Okay, that's good enough for now. It's holding itself, so we're gonna move on to other things while that's finishing drying. So we went ahead and got a new air filter since this one's been getting water on it. I think I've probably, just guessing, probably put around 30 to 40 hours on it, maybe more. I'd like it if it had an hour meter on it, but, and I could rig one up, and I might do that in the future. All right, there's the new air filter. Okay. We're gonna check the oil. Make sure it's not full of water. All right. Smells like it's got a little gas in it though. Let's go ahead and get that draining. Don't smell too bad though. Okay, we'll let that drain. I would normally start it up and let it warm up, but it's been over 100 degrees to get today, so it's warm enough, and I don't really feel like listening to it right now, so I'm not in a big hurry. We'll let it drain out and take its time. Okay, it's all drained out. I put a little new oil in it just to flush it a little bit. Okay, so we're just gonna put some conventional 10W30, nothing fancy, don't take much. It's in a weird spot, so you gotta have a big long funnel. Well, I'll just start with that just to make sure. I don't want to waste a whole tank of gas here. Let's see. Helps if I turn the fuel on.